What's up, fuckers? Welcome back to part 2 of Godzilla versus motherfucking Kong.
We are back. We're back. We're here to cover our theories and all the build-up that had Kong versus Godzilla. We want to talk about what we thought was going to happen versus what actually happened versus all the stuff we read online and all the build-up and what could happen after this movie.
The future.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to edit like a echo there.
You should, because your echo wasn't very good. Anyway, Dos Equis, thank you for sponsoring / not sponsoring. We drink Dos Equis every episode. We've already done our chug, so go watch part 1 for the chug where we burp and actually struggle through the first 5 minutes of the whole thing because of that.
Oh yeah, we were burping up and down.
Yep. So we're just gonna do a cheers and take a sip before we get into these Godzilla and first Kong theories. So salute. So Justin, we originally got talking about this when the trailer came out.
Bro, so when this trailer came out, I don't know. I wanted to call him, but I know he was working. And I was yeah, we had a bunch of theories when this trailer came out.
It was one of those where you see the trailer and you just want to text everybody like, I think I saw this. I think they're hinting at this. I thought I saw this in the background. And that just spurred me going on the internet and looking up 1,000 things and reactions.
Bro, I did the same thing. Literally, because like I don't know. I probably watched the trailer a couple handful of times.
Oh, a lot.
And I was going back, rewatching, and then I was on Twitter, because I had to get on Twitter, because I had to see what everybody else was saying about this movie. Which, my first theory, which was confirmed, if you guys don't know already, spoiler alert.
See our first episode, it's not a spoiler alert.
Yeah.
It's been out long enough, so it's fine.
Yeah. Mechagodzilla is in them. I mean, that was one of our theories. Was Mechagodzilla was going to be the Kong and Godzilla weren't actually going to face each other. That it was going to be Mechagodzilla. Like my original theory, not that they were going to team up. My original theory was it was going to be Mechagodzilla versus Kong.
Yeah. So let's talk our original theories entirely first.
Yeah.
When we first saw the trailer, this was our original theory. So that was yours. You want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, I just thought that Godzilla. There was. In my mind, that there was no way that the producers and writers were gonna kill either Kong or Godzilla. Like there was just no way. Like I didn't think these two monsters. Like I mentioned in the last episode, these are the two most iconic titans in the MonsterVerse.
Yeah.
There were just something in my mind that said they weren't going to kill each other.
Yeah. We knew a beatdown was gonna come.
Yeah. I just didn't think it was gonna be. I didn't think it was going to be a team up. I don't know what I thought it was going to happen. I just thought it was going to be Mecha versus Kong, and the Kong's just going to fucking just pound Mechagodzilla's ass.
Kong and Godzilla?
No, just Kong.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just thought that Godzilla was just. I don't know what I thought what Godzilla was going to be, like what he was going to do. But there was no way in my mind that it was just going to be Godzilla versus Kong. Which, by the way, I'm glad.
So you thought just Kong and Mecha were gonna fight?
Yeah, that was my original.
You didn't think Godzilla was gonna be in it?
I thought he was gonna be in the movie. I didn't think he was gonna be part of like the climax.
Okay.
There was just no way I saw Kong or Godzilla dying. Turns out, I mean, it was dope that they actually fought each other, like Godzilla and Kong.
So you kind of thought there was gonna be a fight between Kong and Godzilla at some point, but that ultimately the climax would have.
No, I didn't think they were gonna fight at all.
Oh, okay.
I just thought it was just going to be Mecha versus Kong, and that was like.
So I'm glad you say that because that kind of hints at what I was thinking also. But I want you to finish yours first.
That's it. It was just that I thought it was going to be Mecha versus Kong, and that was going to. I mean, especially after going on Reddit and like reading all this stuff and like they. I don't know why. Like I don't know. So for me, like you kind of spoil stuff in the trailer. I hate when people do that. Like I hate like when things are in trailer and. Things are spoiled, or like the whole trailer is the whole fucking movie. Like I hate that. But one of the things in the trailer that spoiled it was like there was a still of mecha.
Yeah, which we didn't know. Like it's very blurry. It's extremely blurry in the trailer. You have to be really like skeptical and toned in. Like a casual seeing that trailer would have never been.
Oh, we never saw that.
Never have thought of it. Never have seen it. So we get the stills, and that's part of what Reddit told us. Like, this could be that Godzilla. You see the red glowing eyes. There were more trailers that came out later, and sequences and scenes that came out on YouTube later, building up to the movie that were like so obvious that Mechagodzilla was in it. I had to stay away from it because one of them was like Godzilla's eye glowing red in a reflection. I was like, well, that's not Mechagodzilla. Yeah. It's the only thing it could be.
Yeah.
But
so what was your theory?
So my theory, similar to yours, my theory was like I knew Mechagodzilla was going to be in this movie. I was like, I'm pumped Mechagodzilla was going to be in this movie in some fashion.
You knew that before the trailer?
No, when I saw the trailer, that was my theory.
Okay.
So that was my theory. And then, but it's a little different. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know how artificial intelligence this movie was going to try to go. Because think back to the movies in the 70s and 80s that we saw, and even before that in Godzilla, where Mechagodzilla is literally, like I said in the last episode, is a Tin Man, essentially.
Yeah,
he's walking around, he's just a big block of...
He did... be honest with you.
In the old movies.
Yeah, because when the trailer came out, one of the things I did was watch the 1974. I texted him, and I was like, I have to watch this now.
Yeah.
Because I'd never seen it before. But we have HBO Max, and that was one of the things I watched, was the 1974 version of Mechagodzilla. He's absolutely correct. It's crazy how far technology has come from back in the day.
But my thought wasn't even that there would be a portrayal of Mechagodzilla as a giant robot. That's how far my theory went. Like, my theory was artificial intelligence. They're going to go so 21st century in this, that artificial intelligence, that I thought the Godzilla we saw in the trailers was actually through, like, artificial intelligence Mechagodzilla underneath.
Oh,
I thought it was like a skin of Godzilla, but everything was mechanical underneath. Yeah. That's how far I thought they were going to go with artificial intelligence. I was wrong, thankfully, because the Mechagodzilla design ended up kicking ass on how good it looked, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Having the metal block spines in the back, and like, I know he looks really robotic in his face. He's gonna look robotic in the face. He's a robot.
There was a point in the climax where he for real just had like, you hear.
He looks so bad.
Yeah, and it was just like, and you saw like, I'm glad you said that though. That like because that would have been cool too. Not to knock like what happened, because that was dope, but like I think it would have been even more dope if like Mecha was in a Godzilla type skin.
Yeah,
it would have been cool, because like at that point it would have been like so we're like
truly disguised.
Yeah,
because like that's what I thought. And Ren was an Asian character that was in it, and we find out he's the man that was controlling Mechagodzilla. And so we get him, and I thought when they showed him in the trailer, this is why I thought this. Is in the trailer you see a scene of him, and I stilled on this. In the background, it looks like a diagram of like creating a Godzilla. So I was like, oh, like they're going so technological about this that the whole movie Godzilla's gonna be fighting Kong, but it's really Mechagodzilla in a Godzilla skin.
Yeah.
And then Kong, we're only gonna get the real Godzilla for the end of the movie where I thought they would team up and fight him, but I thought Godzilla literally wasn't gonna be in the movie. So I'm watching the movie when they fight on the boat and everything. I'm still like in my theory,
thinking that it was Mecha.
I'm still like, I didn't think it, but I was like, I really hope my theory's right, because if this is the case,
underwater.
I mean, that's how I think. That's how far I think the technology would go. That they would be able to. I mean, you could make a submarine. Yeah,
that's true.
And like, so I really thought they were going that far with it. I was wrong, which I was right in the Mechagodzilla theory. We both were. I was wrong on how they were going to portray Mechagodzilla, and I'm really happy I was, because we got Godzilla that was angry the whole movie. Like, we saw a different edge of Godzilla, something we've only seen when he's trying to fight Ghidorah. And like, we've seen it in the old movies, but like, you get like an angry personality Godzilla, and we talked about this in the last episode, that they feel like humans. They feel like we can feel what they're feeling.
Yeah,
and like
they show emotion.
They show emotion, they show actions, they almost show like they speak to each other through just their actions.
And they don't even talk. But like, you could see that they talk without talking, which is great.
Yeah. So, and one thing that stuck out in the trailer to me is we don't see any other Titans or mention of any other Titans. The movie starts out with almost like a UFC like tail of the tape bracket of like all the other Titans being decimated.
Oh.
So my thought, and I want to get your thoughts on this, is like, where does the MonsterVerse go from here? Does Hollow Earth spawn new Titans? Because there's more Titans to touch on. In Godzilla's.
I was gonna say, I think somebody's got to come out, right, of something.
Or are those Titans not, like, Ghidorah's dead?
Yeah, Mothra's dead.
Mothra's dead. Rodin's alive.
Yeah.
Some of the other ones are alive too. Just like, where did they go?
There's something, right? Because I think I know for sure that this wasn't the last. I don't know if they're in pre-production or anything right now.
I have a good feeling with how well Godzilla vs. Kong, and keep in mind, this was one of the first movies that were in theaters after the pandemic started lightening up a little bit. So I saw this in theaters. I saw it in a Dolby Cinema at AMC, which if you haven't been to Dolby Cinema anywhere, it is IMAX on steroids. It is insane. My chest was shaking. Anytime Godzilla roared, I was like, whoa. Like, I was losing it.
I want to see...
felt it through my loins.
I want to see Mortal Kombat in Dolby Cinema.
I wanted to see Mortal Kombat in Dolby also. But by the time it didn't work, so I wasn't able to go see it. I was going to see it with Oak and Mike, and you were wanting to go too, so didn't work out, but that would have been dope.
I'm not sure, bro. Like, I don't know where they could go from this point. Mecha's done. It's got to be somebody more powerful, right? Like, somebody super powerful. Like, where does Kong go?
I know, like, Kong is he just... I mean, Kong's going to exist in Hollow Earth.
Yeah, he's going to go back to his kingdom.
Yeah,
that's for damn sure.
So I think there are other Titans in Hollow Earth. That's my thought. If Hollow Earth has all the outlets and that's what spawned all the Titans, I don't think... I mean, Ghidorah did summon summon the Titans during King of Monsters, and then Godzilla, like, held them back together. So, like, after he beat Ghidorah and then reigned supreme and everyone bowed down to him at the end of that movie, but, like, there has to be more Titans that are around. Like, have to. So, I mean, it's just one of those things, like...
Yeah, I don't know which Titans, though, right? Like, they
have to be other ones in the Godzilla.
Well, they have to make them... Like, who's more... As far as, like, a Titan... Who's more powerful than Ghidorah?
That's a great question.
Like, there's nobody...
He's like a thunder god.
Yeah, the three-headed monster that, like... Which, by the way, that they tried to use... Yeah. I don't remember... Like, we didn't talk about this in the story, but they tried to use one of their skulls to harness powers.
Yeah, I'm looking up the other Titans that were identified. And, like, Behemoth is one. You got Mothra, you got Rodan, you got King Ghidorah, you got Kong. Muto 1, 2, and 3, which I think were in King of Monsters also. Scylla is a giant spider. Methuselah is the mountain titan we've seen in the trailers of Godzilla, King of Monsters, those back then.
Is there anything out as far as, like, because, like, I mean, I don't know. Let me look.
And I'm sure there's other Titans. Like, I'd have to go back. I'm sure there's other Titans. And I want to find one that online I was seeing a lot of buzz around, that another Titan that Godzilla could face. Like, I guess it comes from, I keep saying Godzilla, but it comes from Godzilla's universe. So it's like, that's what the one that makes me think of it, because I'm trying to figure out who that was. And it's so interesting because there's so many ways they could go with this. There's so many different ways that they could do this MonsterVerse, right? I don't think you can go off and have, like, a Mothra movie alone. You could probably get away with a King Ghidorah movie, but the weight to all these movies, you'd have to go prequel if you did that.
Yeah.
All the weight is held on having the storylines revolve around Godzilla and King Kong, right? Feel pretty good about that. So I'm really interested to see where they go, because, like...
Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing online either.
Which is good. I guess it's still pretty fresh, so...
The MonsterVerse 8 Mystery Titans after Godzilla versus
Kong. We'll check that out and be able to get to y'all in the third episode. Let me see if there's the one I'm thinking of. Not Typhon. Baphomet, I think is the one that I was thinking of. So there's so many Titans still. There's so many ways you can go with this and present challenges.
I guess I'm just not that deep into it to where there's none of these. I think they
have to portray them in such a way, like, because King Ghidorah was so, like, powerful.
It's the most powerful Titan next to Godzilla and Kong. I mean, seriously, they kind of. I don't know. I think Hey, they kind of put themselves in a hole here.
Well, I don't think they would. And that's the thing too. Is like, okay, so you showed your hand with King Ghidorah and King of Monsters and said, we're gonna like Godzilla 2014 did pretty well, but like King of Monsters is everything that you wanted out of a Godzilla movie. You got all the Titans. You got King Ghidorah reigning supreme. Godzilla being close to death and then having to be revived, and then coming back and fighting King Ghidorah to reclaim his throne, right? Yeah. And then you have all that happening, so now you're like, that builds so much buzz for all right, who's the next Titan? Godzilla and Kong can fight each other. But now where do you go?
Yeah, there's like
do you have another movie where do you have Godzilla versus Kong 2, and then it's just like one more installment of them together?
Maybe it's like Humans. You know, maybe somebody who's depicted as more evil than Ren and the other dude.
That I just don't know where they. I mean, like trying to defeat them. But
like, but like
capture one of them, turn the other one evil. Like you'd have to go
something like that. Yeah, because it doesn't really make any sense.
Take control. Like you'd almost have to find a way to. And it's been done in monster movies before, where someone takes control of a good monster, and good monster being Kong or Godzilla here. So
my like. I guess what I'm afraid of is like if they go that route, is the like how corny it's gonna be. Like one of the things I really enjoyed about King of Monsters, Kong Skull Island, Godzilla versus Kong is like it's made to be a little corny, but it's not like corny to the point to where like I want to stop watching it.
I think it's corny,
like the right amount of corny that I want.
But like, what's corny for it to you?
So like some lines like shit like that, or like
all of Millie Bobby Brown's storyline.
Pretty much. So like the whole you know what I mean.
That was too much. I understand they were doing comic relief there, but it was too much.
Yeah, and it's like, and what I mean by like going corny with the next one is like, say I don't know if you've ever seen The Flash or anything like that, but like there's in the episode there's a gorilla named Grodd. And he controls minds. Like he can read your mind.
This is probably why I haven't seen this.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like or like he and that's what I don't want to see. Is something along the lines of a computer.
Yeah.
Like saying controlling Godzilla's or Kong's mind or a computer.
Because I mean, how corny is it having like a robot version of Godzilla?
Yeah.
But they did make it work. So I trust they could make something work, but I'm just spitballing here. Like that's one thing they could do. I don't want them to do that. I'd rather them bring other Titans in, which I think would be more cool.
I just don't know. Like I mean, if you guys, anybody else who thinks that there's somebody else who's more powerful than King Ghidorah at this point, who could go up against either Kong or Godzilla, like so now. Do you separate them now that they've been in a movie together? Do you do another sequel of Kong and another sequel of Godzilla?
I think so. I think you can. I think you can, but I think it's gonna be hard. Yeah. Because you've already established the premise that if Godzilla
live
and
on the
Kong,
same Earth.
Kong has to be in Hollow Earth while Godzilla's stuff is going on, or Godzilla has to be dormant for some reason while Kong is out doing things, because you can't have, or Kong's stuff exists all in Hollow Earth, where Godzilla's not near him. But Godzilla can go to his inlet, outlet, whatever you want to call it, and also get into Hollow Earth. But they have a mutual respect for each other now, so you don't have that worry. So that kind of negates that.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, obviously, Godzilla made it known that he is a god, that he is the most powerful Titan on this earth.
But respected Kong for saving him.
Yep, and Kong knows, knows that Godzilla doesn't have a problem with him. Kong doesn't have a problem with Godzilla. It is a mutual respect for each other. I guess the question is like, where do they go? Let us know where you think they are going, because like we read up on this shit all the time.
Yeah,
theories and like where we think it's good. Like we read up like after horror movies.
All over.
Not just this. We always go to like
trailers, movies, everything.
Yeah, the first things we do is just straight up just go to Reddit and see what people are thinking, see what people like. The only thing like we don't do is like, as far as like movies go, say like we don't watch it for a week or so. Is like we don't hop on Twitter or Reddit just so that we don't see spoilers.
Yeah,
that's like the only thing we don't do. But we do watch and we read, and like theories, like kind of like Mecha and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like I'd love.
It was after the trailer we did.
Would absolutely love to hear everybody's theories on like what's next. So
that I think they can go a strong direction with the Kong stuff because Godzilla vs Kong felt like a Kong storyline.
Mm-hmm.
So I have faith that they could do some good stuff with Kong's storylines.
Yeah. Maybe something with the little girl.
I think they should stick with it. I think that's a really good way to like stick with that and do stuff that way.
And get that human emotion.
We barely had any of the Godzilla characters in this film, so you still have so much to do with them. Even though
I thought maybe they can elaborate and go deeper into the Millie Bobby Brown situation.
Yeah,
where Millie she's more integral, and now she has like some kind of lore over Godzilla.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, hopefully she gets more involved because I didn't like her storyline. It was too conspiracy theory, too off the wall for me. So, with that being said, let us know what y'all think. This was all to talk about theories and what has actually happened and what could happen after. But let us know. And with that being said, we should go to our second sponsor. We want to talk Haunt Junkies.
Haunt Junkies!
Volante, Megan, thank you for everything you've done. We have a big episode with them coming. And so please be on the lookout for it. We are ecstatic about basically what all this will look like after we talk with them. I'll leave it there.
Yeah, and their Golden Ghost Awards, which is coming soon, which we were presenting.
We filmed some stuff for it too. So
we're not done yet, but we got some.
We got some acting debut too.
Peace and love.
Check out episode 1 if you haven't seen it. Check out episode 3 coming up.